Welcome back to Stooge Stream for another episode in my ongoing breakdown of the Transformers 1984 original cartoon series. This is More Than Meets the Eye Part 3, the first three-part series and the end of that. I am your host, the Stooge, and let's get into it. If you missed my last episode at the end, there was a big boom. Prime's hurt, falling down the side of the cliff face because he was caught in the explosion. His first concern, of course, is Roller, who's perfectly fine, just rolls out of the open mine, which is supposed to be closed. Bumblebee and Sparkplug are trapped under the rubble in the mine. Jazz finds them in about 3 seconds, which is really convenient and really easy. The Decepticons, of course, break out with one shot from Megatron blasting the roof of the caved-in mine away and get away with the Energon again. So if you're keeping track, the Decepticons have won every time so far. Ironhide tries to follow them. Blue Streak joins him to say, hey, don't do that. You know what? Why not? I'll jump in on this too. And Skywarp shoots them out of the air. Serves Ironhide right. Hound is teasing Ravage with the key to his cage. That's animal cruelty. I don't care if they're mechanical animals or not. So they decide to set a trap. They're going to use a hologram of a rocket base with lots of rocket fuel to get the Decepticons to come to them so they can win. They let Ravage escape, of course, by pretending to drop the key, and he steals it and gets away. And you think the Decepticons are going to fall for the old fake rocket fuel gag. Starscream and Megatron have another falling out, which is, the more and more I see this, and being an adult now, it really feels like a dom-sub relationship. Like, Starscream wants to be the dominant, but he's the submissive. And Megatron just needs to slap him around every now and then to remind him he's the bottom. So he takes a shot at Megatron, it does nothing. Megatron wings him with a shot, like a warning, like, hey, who do you think you are? Anyway, gets to the rocket base. The Autobots are wearing lab coats, which is all very cute, and they take them off. The Decepticons attack, but it's fake. It's fake Decepticons. That's not real. And Megatron gloats and tells them, like, you think I'm that stupid? You guys suck. We're at the real rocket base stealing the fuel. And they do, and get away again. So if you're keeping track, the Decepticons do not lose by the looks of it. So now the Autobots are under a time crunch. They need to stop the Decepticons before they take off for Cybertron with all the Energon, which is going to help them win the war on Cybertron. There's a big fight sequence which leads to another Prime versus Megatron one-on-one. Prime gets the upper hand very quickly. Ravage saves Megatron. The Decepticons escape to the space cruiser with the Energon and take off. Prime takes a rocket pack and tries to catch up with them by flying. Megatron shoots him out of the sky. There's another power struggle between Starscream and Megatron on the ship, and it looks like this time Starscream might actually have the upper hand on Megatron. But lo and behold, Mirage has actually snuck onto the Decepticon cruiser, fucks the ship up from the inside. Starscream gets a shot off on him, but it's not enough. Mirage jumps out of the ship. While it's crash landing again and there's nothing Soundwave can do, it crashes back on Earth at the bottom of the ocean. The Autobots think the Decepticons are dead and they've won. And then we hear a voiceover from Spike saying that because the Autobots beat the Decepticons and saved the world and rah-rah, all of the Earth's governments have decided to donate energy to the Autobots so they have enough to revitalize Cybertron. All of the Earth's governments. He even says it's the first time they've ever all worked together. That would never happen. Never. Especially over energy. That would never happen. They'd be too busy fighting over who actually gets the energy, let alone give it away for free. Like, that was kind of ridiculous. But it's a cartoon, so fair enough. And kids don't understand politics, so fair enough. So this is now the Autobots are, getting all their energy together, and it looks like they're going to go back to Cybertron and rah-rah. But we know better, because at the very end you see a flash of the Decepticon ship at the bottom of the ocean, and you know that they're coming back. Megatron can't be defeated that easily. That never happens. So what did I think of the first 3 episodes of the Transformers series? This is a great setup for the rest of the series. It was a great way of, well, selling toys, because they introduced just a arse ton of characters in 3 episodes. But this was the hook point. This got you understanding that it was a war over energy to go back to a planet to, win their civil war that's still raging. You got introduced to all the main players, so you knew who the main Autobots were. You knew who the main Decepticons were. It introduced you to the power struggle between Starscream and Megatron, so you were well aware that this is going to continue on throughout the series. You had Prime's relationship with the Autobots and how he's almost a father figure to them, as well as their general and so on. The other characters like Spike and Sparkplug, which is the human point of view in the series, you got introduced to both of them, though it took a while for them to give you Sparkplug's name, but that doesn't matter. So you've got a human interest point of view that you can see the series from. You've got characters like Bumblebee that are very kid-friendly, and characters like Ironhide that are the grizzled war veterans, and Jazz, who speaks funny. Hound, who's clearly a military strategist of some description, because he comes up with the plan on the hologram, but it just doesn't work out too well. Everything is set up really well in these first 3 episodes to push you through the rest of the series and actually hook you in, because it was really well done. It was really well drawn. It was really well voiced, and it just got you hooked in straight away. If you can't guess by now, I'm a huge fan of the original G1 Transformers. This is why I'm doing this, and I'll be back soon with episode 4 of the original Transformers series. Probably in a week or so, if not less. I hope you enjoyed this. I am the Stooge, and don't forget, adventure, excitement. Stooge craves not these things. Welcome to the Stooge Revolution.